Hello everyone. Today we are going to deal with the question of continuity. Here a function is defined as it has the value sine a plus 1 into x plus 2 sine x by x when x is less than 0. When x is equal to 0, then it has the value 2, and when x is greater than 0, then it has the value root over 1 plus bx minus 1 by x. The function is given as it is continuous at x equal to 0, then we are required to get the values of unknowns, that is a and b. So we write here in solution part, we write we have. At the place of writing again the function we may use as it is. So it is a continuous. Now if it is a continuous, so definitely the value of the left hand limit equal to the value of the right hand limit, and that is equal to the value of the function at that point. So we require to get, that is limit x tends to 0 from left fx, and it is equal to, by rule we write here h equal to x tends to 0 and f of, in case of left hand limit, 0 minus h. Now it is equal to limit h tends to 0, then it is less than 0. So we use this function. So it is actually sine a plus 1 into minus h plus 2 sine minus h whole divided by minus h. Now how we get this? Simply we write putting x is equal to 0 minus h. It is equal to, we know that sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Again sine of minus theta equal to minus sine theta. So simply we get limit h tends to 0, take out minus common. So what is left here? This is sine a plus 1 whole into h plus minus is taken common 2 sine h whole divided by minus h. Now minus minus considered, we are left with, it is equal to limit h tends to 0. First one is sine a plus 1 into h divided by h plus 2 limit h tends to 0 sine h by h. It is already based on the formula. This we are required to set. Since here we are having a plus 1 into h, so in denominator also we are required a plus 1 into h. That's why multiplying and dividing it by, it is a plus 1, and same thing in numerator, that is a plus 1 are balanced, and we get it is equal to a plus 1. Outside it is a constant, no h is here, that's why it is limit h tends to 0. Now sine a plus 1 into h whole divided by a plus 1 into h plus 2 into limit h tends to 0 sine h by h. Now by the formula we get it is equal to a plus 1 into 1, its value is 1, and plus 2 into 1, and it is equal to a plus 3. From here we get, that is limit x tends to 0 from left, that is fx is equal to this. Make it equation number 1. This is about left hand. Now again we are required to get limit x tends to 0 from right, fx is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of, replacing it by 0 plus h. This is the function for x is greater than 0. Yes. So we write it is equal to, that is limit h tends to 0, this is the function. So putting x equal to 0 plus h, we get root over 1 plus b. At the place of x, we are required to put 0 plus h. Our first write here putting x is equal to 0 plus h. Here we get b, then 0 plus h, that is h minus 1. At the place of x, again 0 plus h, that is h. Now when we put it is equal to h equal to 0, then it is of the form 0 by 0. So in that case, we are required to use it is equal to, that is rationalize it into 1 plus bh plus 1, and it is 1 plus bh plus 1. Now limit h tends to 0, a minus b, a plus b. We get a square minus b square. A square is 1 plus bh, square root is removed, minus b square is minus 1 whole divided by h whole into 1 plus bh plus 1. Now 1 minus 1, that is 0, it is cancelled out, and h we get it as limit h tends to 0, that is b whole divided by root over 1 plus bh plus 1. It is equal to, now we may take limit putting h equal to 0, and when we put h equal to 0, we get b by 2. Since when we put here 0, then 1, root of 1 is 1, 1 plus 1, 2. Therefore, limit x tends to 0 from right, fx is equal to b by 2. Make it equation number 2. Next one is, what is the value of the function at x equal to 0? It is actually 2. So we write f of 0 equal to 2. Since f is continuous at x equal to 0, therefore limit x tends to 0 from left, that is equal to right hand limit, and it is equal to the value of the function at that point. It is by the definition of the continuity. Now by equation number 1, its value is a plus 3. By equation number 2, its value is b by 2. By equation number 3, its value is 2. So from here we get, when we use a plus 3 equal to 2, it implies a equal to 2 minus 3, that is minus 1. At the same time, we may take b by 2 equal to 2, it implies b equal to 4. Therefore, commonly we write, therefore a is equal to minus 1 and b is equal to 4. These are the values of a and b. It means only there is a magic of limit. By using the concept of limit, we can easily get the value of required things. Now just take second question, that is also of the same type and very easy. One thing required there, you have to know the results of limit and the way to solve the limit. That is required there. So find, that is find the value of k if the function is defined like this, fx equal to, again it is k sine and it is I by 2 into x plus 1. It is if x is less than or equal to 0 in both the cases. And what happens when x is greater than 0, then the function is defined as, that is tan x minus sin x whole x cube. Here it is given is continuous at x equal to 0. Again, the given function is continuous. Then we are required to get the value of variable. There may be sometimes lambda or k or a or b, and finally we have to show. So just start. Right, we have what we have? We have the given function. So sometimes we write the same thing again, that is f is defined as, that is k sine pi by 2 into x plus 1. If x is less than equal to 0, it is tan x minus sine x whole divided by x cube if x is greater than 0. Very same. First we find left hand limit, then right hand limit, then we equate to the value of the function at that point. So starting is same. Let's start. Limit x tends to that point from the left. V is same. We introduce h, that is tends to 0, that is f of 0 minus h less than 0. So this, so we get it is equal to limit h tends to 0, it is k and sine pi by 2, sine pi by 2. Now putting x is equal to what? 0 minus h. It means at the place of h we are required to put 0 minus h. So we get here, that is 0 minus h plus 1. Now when we take the limit, so no problem. So that's why putting h equal to 0, so it is k sine pi by 2, and it is equal to k into 1 equal to k. This is about your left hand limit. Make it equation number 1. Similarly, we are required to get the right hand limit, and here it is interesting. It means this question is taken only for how we get right hand limit. So let's start. Limit x tends to 0 from right, fx is equal to the same limit h tends to 0, f of 0 plus h, and it is equal to, simple thing, putting h equal to x equal to 0 plus h. We get tan. Before that we are required to write the limit h tends to 0, and it is tan h minus sine h divided by h cube, putting x is equal to 0 plus h. It is not required to write here, but to make it clear, video classes we are required to write putting x equal to 0 plus h. We get this thing. Now function is converted in terms of h, and technically we are required to solve the limit. So it is equal to limit h tends to 0, tan is written as, that is sin h by cos h minus sin h by h cube. It is limit h tends to 0, taking sin h common, we are left with 1 minus 1 by cos h minus 1. So on solving we get 1 minus cos h, and writing denominator here cos h, then h cube. Now what is sin h by cos h? Very simply we get, it is limit h tends to 0, writing sin h by cos h as tan h. 1 minus cos h as 2 sin square h by 2. Since it is square, so we are going to split h cube at 1 h here and h square here. When we square h by 2, then it comes as h square by 4. So that's why dividing it by 4, and that is multiplying it by 4. Now it can be written as limit h tends to 0, tan h by h, part number 1, and 2 by 2 is, that is 1 by 2, and limit, that is h tends to 0, sine h by 2 by h by 2 and its square. Now it comes as 1 into 1 by 2 into 1, and it comes as 1 by 2. Also f of 0 is equal to, what's about 0? That is the same function, this for 0, and it also comes as, that is k. Now f is continuous at x equal to 0, it implies limit x tends to 0 from left equal to limit x tends to 0 from right, it is equal to the value of the function. Very easily we get it is equal to k, it is equal to 1 by 2, it is also equal to k, it implies k is equal to 1 by 2. These are 4 marks questions, okay?